You know, we're still in close proximity to where we were about 30, 40 feet away, but when I look out this way, what I'm seeing are a whole bunch of clouds out there that I think look really, really cool. So, whoop, kind of blowing them away there, but anyway, there's lots of texture in those clouds. We got some subtle colors from the grays to the whites and everywhere in between. And I'm thinking, why not just a quick photograph of the groom there? Of course, we can do bride and a groom there and do that, but let me also make a little note. This whole video, my whole series, isn't about how many poses you can put together. It's about tweaking the light and tweaking composition. So you'll find the poses pretty much the same, but it's the tools that I'm trying to give you guys and girls out there that you can use in your any given wedding situation or portrait situation or family portrait situation, whatever. Anyway, I got the clouds there. I got Kevin coming this way. I think I'm going to bring the light in from the left-hand side, Martha, with the umbrella. Let me have you kind of walking on in. And I don't want him, if you remember in video number 3, we talked about not having the light blast into the gown or into the tux or whatever else it happens to be. Kevin, let me turn you this way a little bit more. Just rotate. Kick your right foot out this way. Bring your head back this way a little bit more. And it's again, just a standard old pose, but let's put the lighting on it. Let's see what the clouds look like back there. I'm going to take a quick meter read of the clouds. Woo! They're pretty bright. So what do I need to do? Well, we talked about this in the earlier segment. I'm going to have to increase my ISO. I hate to be at f16, but I'm going to be at f16. I'm going to go at a 400th of a second. I'm going to try to cheat the sync just a little bit. Martha, you're going to come in here. You're going to have to be full power when I go through the umbrella. Remember, I'm losing 2 stops of light. Come on in even more, Martha. A little bit more. Right there. She can afford to get closer since I'm doing a pretty tight shot on the groom. So the working distance from she to my subject isn't too bad here. So little camera angle. And everybody can see the spots on the groom's face. Martha, is there any way you can move the light over? What happens? Move the light over. No, where's the sun coming in? I think over that way. So move that way and see if you can do 2 things. Block the sun and light him up. Keep moving till you find it. Just keep moving quickly. Probably has to be a lot higher, I'm thinking. Come in really close to him. Come in close. Watch my umbrella in the tree. Come in close. Just come right next to him. And now move around till you... Where's the sun coming from? Okay, that's where you got to be then, Martha. Okay, back up now, Martha, a little bit. Drop it down a little bit more. More. Turn your head just a little bit more. Come back towards me. Lose the umbrella. We're not getting near enough light on his face with the umbrella. And I go through this on a wedding day too. We thought we'd keep this in the video. You can just see how these shots build. We might even pick up some airlines, some airplanes, because we seem to be on a flight track too. Okay, again, you can back up just a fraction. The sun has gone behind the clouds again, which fixes our problem. That's not looking half bad. So I've got some nice clouds working here. The exposure is looking pretty good. I'm filling the shadow side. I was at -2 stops. I'm going down to maybe 1 2/3 stops. Chin back down. And what's happened? The sun came back out and we got speckles on his faces. So I'm going to ask LaDon to come on in, please. And hold the umbrella. Just kind of block the sun specks on his face. And on a wedding day, I mean, we've got a translucent panel I can use too. It's way high. Hold it by the handle. Hang on 1 second. Just like that. Will work. This is the Mary Poppins shot right here. Everybody notice our assistants over there. We have Mary holding the umbrella. Just head and shoulders, picking up the clouds behind him. And you know what, Casey, just jump right on in. Let's do a bride and groom portrait with the pretty clouds behind us. Kevin's asking me, should Casey be on the left and the right? One thing that we haven't done in this video is we haven't put a boutonniere on the groom, just because we never put a boutonniere on the groom. The boutonniere is always going to be on his left side, and the boutonniere is always on the outside of the couple when you pose them. So, to answer your question, she's going to be on your right. We have a pickup truck over here. We have a pickup truck in the distance back there. We have all kinds of things we're shooting around. Casey, lean in towards him some more. Turn your head back a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to ask Martha, are we throwing a shadow on Kevin's face? That's what I thought. Kevin, you have to come this way. More, more. Okay, turn your head away from me a little bit more. Are we safe now, Martha? Casey, lean in a little bit more. And I'm not going to fuss with her veil too much, although it does look kind of goofy. Now just put it right under her elbow. Okay, that's good, LaDon. You got to hold it a little lower so it doesn't look too fakey. Umbrella higher. Okay, good. Pull a little closer together and relax that shoulder for me, Casey. There you go. Can we pull that dress down a little? It's like it's way high or something there when she... Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, good, good, good. Here we go. Casey, turn towards me, not too much back. Tilt your head in towards Kevin. There, right there. Perfect. LaDon, kick your umbrella higher. Again. And again. And I'll tell you, I'm looking at the scene right here. Can you get that umbrella much higher? Okay, good. We really got some cool colors happening behind. I'm going to pick up a little bit of the building next to us over here. And I'm going to bring my off-camera flash in, or my on-camera flash, to open up those shadows just a little bit more. And maybe since the sun's going in, I'm actually going to slow down the shutter speed just a bit. Now I can slow down the shutter speed and that is not going to affect flash exposure at all. We lost our sparkles here, so we're looking pretty good. Everything's looking great here. And we got it. So anyway, you can see we got great color in the background here. And again, we're dealing with high noon situation. One of the tricks was moving them into the shadowed area, but you saw even by moving them into the shadowed area, what happened? We still had the sun speckles. They were there, then they were gone. They were there, and then they were gone because of how the clouds are just kind of moving through the scene. But in any event, what we got was just a nice series of photographs here. And if I was doing smaller groups, maybe, you know, the bride and mom, bride and dad, bride and mom and dad, this might make a beautiful background. If they're having their wedding here at Alt Park, which is a hugely popular place to have a wedding, they want to see the features, they want to see the outdoors, they want to see all this stuff work in the composition. And that's our job to do that. You know, there's so many times that I think, well, let me just rephrase it. I think it's our responsibility to capture the features of the location and work it into the wedding, and it's to just make the wedding coverage even that much more exciting. Why don't we go ahead, move around, find another spot around here, let's work it, and maybe even get out into some direct sunlight and see how we deal with direct sunlight.